Hey, beautiful beings. Welcome in. How are you doing today, this morning, this evening, this week, whenever you are watching this? I hope this video finds you well. So, what is coming up this week for the collective? So, I have a song in my head, which I will sing shortly for you. But I just wanted to share a little bit. We had Mercury went retrograde yesterday, and I don't know about you guys, but I am so feeling this Mercury retrograde. Basically, what does that mean? How does it affect you? So, usually through a Mercury retrograde, it is not the time to be signing contracts, to start a new project, to be, what's the word? Like to be sort of like scheduling things, okay? Because what potentially will happen, which has been happening to me all of this week, is all of your meetings will end up being like rescheduled. Yeah, you may have got dates wrong and times wrong. So I was meant to be interviewing a lady this evening, and I just said, oh, let's do it at 7 p.m. and she thought it was 7 p.m. American time, which actually means that it would be 2 a.m. my time. So that was my complete miscommunication. And Mercury going retrograde is also about communication. And apparently Mercury's gone into Aquarius. If there's any astrologers out there, do correct me if I'm wrong. But this also means it's around communicating with groups of people as well, which is interesting. So just be aware that that is retrograde until the 20th of February, okay? So yeah, all of my plans this week, I've had to reschedule so many interviews, so many meetings, clients, just because whatever is going on out there is affecting us down here. So just be aware that if your plans are changing, if you have any plans through lockdown, yeah, if you've got meetings scheduled, if they do get cancelled and postponed, you know, just let it go. Go with the flow. Yeah, there's no point getting angry about it. There's no point getting annoyed. Yeah, just accept it's not meant to happen at that time. Yeah, and it will happen at a later date. So yeah, the song that was coming to mind, I was asking upstairs, I was like, what am I sharing today? And all I got was I can see clearly now the rain has gone. And I was like, okay, this is really interesting, because all of my cards, well, 4 of my cards out of the 7 that I do behind me for this week are all about clarity and vision and seeing, and I feel as if that's what this week is also about for the collective. So if, for example, there are things that maybe haven't been going in your favour, or things that you have not been seeing clearly, things are going to be coming to light this week. So I feel like, as it's on a collective level as well, I feel like there may be some truths coming to the surface which maybe haven't been shared before. So I don't know exactly what that looks like. They're not giving me that information at the minute. Okay. They just reminded me, they're like, Winston Churchill. I'm like, I know Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill came through to me again last week whilst I was teaching my intuitive development circle. So when I was doing a meditation for the group, for them to meet spirits of loved ones, I always close my eyes as well and do the meditation as well. And Winston Churchill always hijacks it. So he hijacked it last week, but he came in to share some information around World War II, which I'll be doing in a separate video, and sharing that as well. And that is part of this truth coming to light, which offers, I want to say, like a different perspective on what you maybe have been told over the years. So if you think about, like, in terms of history, in terms of, yeah, okay, they're like, just in terms of history, Lindsay, no need to go on. Like, okay, in terms of history, everything that you have been taught has been taught from one or two or someone's perspective of that situation. Sometimes the books are written about a period of time when that person wasn't even in that time and they weren't there. So all they are then sharing is other people's knowledge, other people's experience. And again, those other people might not have been there. So I just feel as if often over time, our history has been twisted, manipulated, and shaped into a way that is of benefit to others. Don't know where that came from, but I just felt I need to share it. So I feel like saying as well that this week really be open to other perspectives on historical events and events that have happened in the last few years. So when you're viewing them from your own set of eyes, you're viewing a situation from your own experiences and from your perspective and from your own beliefs as well. When you can step to one side and try and see it in a different way and with a fresh pair of eyes, then you may see that event or situation in a different light, in a different way. Okay. So I feel as if there's going to be some truths coming to light around not only the history, but also I feel like there's going to be more people sharing what has actually happened to people in the past. Because again, and I've shared some of these in my previous videos, like with Abraham Lincoln, with Princess Diana. I've still got my Madeleine McCann one to do. But I'm waiting for Madeleine to tell me when it's time, and she hasn't said that yet, so still waiting. But I feel as if there's going to be truths coming to light about how people have passed. There are so many unsolved murders, unsolved cases, apparent suicides, and if you read about some of these, like I was very drawn last year to reading about Marilyn Monroe. I'd never really read her story, didn't know much about her, but as soon as I read the story, and I was just like, she didn't die that way. I know she didn't die. I know it wasn't suicide. Someone killed her. I just knew. So when you can start to look beyond the words that are being given to you and start to question, is this true? Does this make sense? How do I feel about this story that I've been told? And that's often what we have been told over time. We've been told stories that haven't necessarily been true. So I feel as if this week, asking yourself anything you read, questioning it and being like, did this happen? So I was reading, there was a advert popped up on something earlier on, and it was about the story of this beautiful little girl who passed Christmas Day 1996 in America. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. It was something like Jo. Anyway, beautiful little 6-year-old girl. The circumstances she passed in, quite horrific, and it's still an unsolved case, and I'm like, it shouldn't be unsolved. And the stories that I was reading, like, none of this makes sense, none of it rings true to me, so it's just, if you're reading something, or if you know that what you're being told isn't true, what you're reading isn't true, then ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling within? Okay. So I just feel like there's going to be more truths coming to light this week, and when they do, it's about allowing yourself to see things from a different perspective, allowing yourself to go with that flow, not go into, I'm just being told, don't go into I told you so, but just being very accepting. Okay, this is interesting, and just seeing what comes. So I'm going to record Winston Churchill's words in the next video, and I've also got some interesting interviews coming up. So I haven't done any interviews for a while, and these ones are going off on a slightly different tangent to the ones in the spiritual journey. So the spiritual journey is a set of interviews that I did with people around their own spiritual journey, and how they are now helping others on theirs. The coming interviews that I have planned are with what I would call truth seekers, truth warriors, people who are out there doing their thing, because they can see beyond what's happening, if you like, and also looking at doing some more work around off-grid communities, how to find your land. I'm busy looking at that at the minute. I'm very much, after I was told to go and claim the unclaimed land, I am back on my mission to find that. So yeah, so wishing you all a fabulous week. If there's any topics or anything that you want me to talk about, or any interviews you would like me to do, then do drop them in the comments, because I literally have no qualms about messaging anyone and asking them if they can come on for an interview. I did pitch myself to Lee Harris because I asked if I could go on his podcast, and unfortunately he's fully booked all of this year, so I said, right, let's get 2022 booked in then. So no fear. Yeah, if you want me to speak to someone, I do draw the line in my Hancock. I'm not speaking to him, but thank you. But if there's anyone else that you would like me to interview, or a topic that you want to see on my channel, do let me know in the comments below and I will get something up for you. Okay, have a fabulous day, everyone, and I will speak to you soon. Take care.